Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Let's Talk It Out. Now, we've got a little bit of a twist in today's episode. Guys, get ready to be freaked out, maybe creeped out, but it's obviously going to be very, very enjoyable. So before we start, I just want to take at this moment to shout out two of our newest sponsors.
Oh my God, I'm so thrilled.
I know, oh my God, it's so exciting.
Thank you guys
Thanks,
for supporting us.
And we have to show it off, actually, what we're wearing.
Yes.
Dr. Groove. Now, look at the logo, people. Now, don't look at what I'm doing now. Look at the logo.
And we wanted to specify it because, I mean, it's important.
It's important to specify because these shows, we never know.
Yeah.
Danny, the merch guy. Thank you so much to Mr. Danny Rossi. He's our latest sponsor. You can find him at Danny, the merch guy on Facebook and Instagram. You guys rock. Thank you so much.
Always rock.
By the way, mention the quality because he doesn't use regular t-shirts.
No. The quality, the cotton is fantastic, but also the quality of the print.
I was about to say that. Sorry, I'm popping in. But I was about to say that when I got in here. I was about to say they did a great merch. You can see the quality.
You can see, yeah. And also he does for many bands here. I'm not naming names, but many bands are using his services for the merch.
He's also known as Danny Rossi, Dr. Groove, and Danny the Merch Guy. He's the same guy, but he's
probably gonna get a call from or a text from my team.
Oh, that's awesome!
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm looking. Obviously, I'm looking for a new merch provider for.
He's really good.
He's really good.
He's amazing. He really is.
Yeah, and thank you so much, Danny Rossi. And guys, this is Let's Talk It Out. You also, you won't see us, but you also have to stay tuned for our brother podcast, which is Sessions with Steph.
Oh yeah.
And he deals with musicians.
Oh yeah.
It's like
We all had grappa, so FYI.
It's just placement without whatever. It's just placement.
It's placement. A little bit of spritz of grappa. So guys, we have the pleasure tonight.
Yes, we have a really special guest.
Yeah.
We have Dominique Desormeaux.
Yes.
And we're going to explain a little bit because behind this name there's so much.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
He's met so many people of this century, last century.
Exactly. Like he hangs out with the people.
The unknown.
It's very interesting. He has a great team behind him too. He's doing tour. He's doing many things. But about what? What is field? What's the name of your field?
Okay. The name of my field. Obviously I'm a human.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm touched because
we need more.
Yeah, no problem.
And then you'll discover that it wouldn't be that obvious.
I'm a what we call in my field of operations. I'm a paranormal investigator. I do paranormal investigation. I'm also what we can call a ghost hunter. There's two differences between an investigator and a ghost hunter. I could go on and explain both differences.
Would love to.
An investigator is somebody that's going to go on the field to investigate with the history. How can I explain that? All the history, trying to disprove, not just to say, okay, that does exist. We're trying to demystify stuff. When I say demystify is people hear a lot of things about ghosts and stuff in movies and stuff like that. We try to debunk that and show that it's not really what you see in movies. Paranormal is not always like that. It could happen a little bit. Some things will say similar to what you see in movies, but movies is also for the ratings. Paranormal investigation, sometimes what you see also on TV is shot 16 hours of an investigation that they condense into 30, 45 minutes, depends on the length of the TV show. So what we do, we go out, we do research on history, we research the facts, fictions of different events. Example, why that person passed away, what happened, was there drama, was there murders, etc. We take all that information and we go on the field. We do not use the example, let's say the person was Maria, she died because something happened. We don't go out obviously seeking Maria. We want to speak with Maria, but we want to be sure Maria's there. So we're going to ask questions. We're going to start asking questions, trying to demystify. Obviously, if somebody comes on the equipment talking to us and saying, my name is Maria, we're going to go further down, and we're going to take all that information and compare it to the history to make 1 + 1. Okay, now we did had a paranormal event that had to occur there, here, and stuff. The ghost hunter is somebody that's gonna go somewhere. Example, a building, a house, not knowing the history, not knowing about the facts and stuff, and try to see if there's evidence of paranormal there.
Okay.
So it's a little bit less complicated than an investigator. Obviously, it's the same family, same thing. We do the same thing. We try to bring out evidence and stuff like that. So, yeah. So that's what I do. I also am with a company that's called Montreal Haunted. We do ghost walks. We do paranormal investigations also in Montreal, in historical locations. We do bring out the history, facts, and push away the myths and stuff, and also answer the people in the crowd if they have questions on the way during the events and stuff like that.
That's fantastic. I just want to say something at the specification that ghost walks doesn't mean that you'll be walking with ghosts. just so you know, don't be scared. Maybe.
See?
I wouldn't say that. Okay, because a lot of times it does happen. It happened to one of actually the boss of the company. His name is Donovan King. He was doing a ghost tour in English. I was following him to do some shots and stuff, and we actually have on camera something appear on Mr. King while he was doing the tour.
Okay,
the thing went away, but came back a little bit later in pictures, like 10 minutes after, in different pictures, the same form of a green. If you go on Montreal Haunted's page, you'll see those pictures. Mr. King is there, and you can see a green stripe next to him.
So guys, go check it out. It's really interesting.
Montreal Haunted has every 13th of every single month. This is funny. It's not because my group is called 13 Spirits Paranormal. He had that before I joined the team 5 years ago. Every 13th of every single month, we have a different history, a story of the history of Montreal, but on ghosts. So this 13 that just came out, it's on Mr. Doll. A Duke. The month before was, I'm trying to remember all the stories because I have different places, but yeah, different places, like
different places,
different stories, different places. We bring out the history. We bring out a lot of stuff about those places, why it's haunted. Obviously, if we did an investigation, we'll bring out the evidence. Sure. We did about that. But yeah, we do different places. Actually, Montreal, like I said, has 4 ghost walks, 1 investigation. We hope bringing for 2023 other ghost walks, but other places to investigate in Montreal. We're trying to open the doors, which is really hard in Montreal because a lot of people are stubborn, saying we don't want ghosts, we don't want parades and stuff like that. But at the same time, those places are asking the government for subventions to fix the windows, to fix this, fix that. But if you include a small organized paranormal stuff, you'll be able to generate more revenues and stuff like that.
Interest.
So we're trying real hard to do that also. So
I think it's also a very intelligent way to promote the tourism in the city, to approach the history of the city from a different point of view.
Yeah,
it is. And Montreal Haunted, if you go on our website, you'll see since 2016, so 5 years. I'm not saying it's because of me, but we're bringing a lot of things, and we've been the top company in Montreal since 2016. We're getting awards. We're getting awards and stuff like that for the work. But it's not, like I said, said, it's not just because of me. It's funny because I was saying 5 years I've been in the company. We've been winning that. But everybody in the company does amazing work, starting from Donovan to everybody, even the box office that takes time to talk with the customers and stuff like that. So it's like a big family. We're a big family. And we try to bring, like I said, bring Montreal on the map and say, listen, this does exist. It's something that occurs in life that you can walk among spirits.
That's fantastic.
So what makes something paranormal?
To make something paranormal, first of all, it paranormal, it has to be something that's out of the norm. So
like you, Vanny. You're paranormal.
So when I say that, you have to, as I was implying before, you have to demystify. Give you an example. We're here knocking on the table. Why is it knocking on a table? Could it be something that bothered the table? Could it be me brushing the table? Could I knock? Could it be something that fall that I didn't see? You have to start by that. So slowly you see, okay, there's nothing underneath the table, nothing fell on the table. Okay, why is it knocking? So you don't
something under the table.
So obviously, after moving everything around and saying, okay, it's not this, you're left with nothing except something that's out of the norm.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, when you're outside, you have to check everything, the weather, the atmosphere, stuff like that. You have to take all that in consideration. Also, the rain, So once you have that demystified, you can go on the other side and say, okay, we have something that's paranormal. Paranormal doesn't mean obviously ghosts, because paranormal is at large. Yeah. It could be UFOs, UAPs, it could be cryptids, it could be a lot of stuff that's mixed in the paranormal. Because the paranormal field, a lot of people, we say paranormal and people always go, oh, ghosts.
Yeah.
But it's not just a ghost. It's mediums, et cetera. So it's a lot of stuff. So to put it in the field, like I said, you have to demystify. Once you have nothing else to say, okay, it's not nothing, then you can start talking about paranormal evidence and stuff. So you'll ask more questions. You'll try to reproduce also the things. So if you're hearing a noise, a knocking, like I did before, you're gonna try to reproduce that. But if you go like this and it goes just one time, you go, that's not the noise I was hearing. What was happening? It could be, like I said, something that was thrown on the floor or something. You'll find it and say, okay, how come this was not there? Obviously, when we do paranormal investigations, we do what we call it's a pre-investigation. Pre-investigation is we're going to go around everywhere and we're going to take pictures, we're going to take temperatures, sensors and stuff like that to see what's going on. Do we have faulty electricity wires? Do we have something, plumbing that's not good? So we're going to try to do that. Once that's done, we're going to start investigating. So if we go in a room and let's say the temperature was 12 degrees in that room, you go back in that room, you start investigating, and whoops, all of a sudden it goes down to 0. Why did it go from 12 in a couple of minutes or a couple, to 0? So that also is in the demystification. Could it be that the
something broke?
Something broke. Window open. Is there a gush of wind that's making it more colder in the room, etc., etc. So it's a lot like some people will not like the comparison I'm gonna do. It's like a policeman or investigating a murder case. He's gonna go comb everything, He's going to comb the family. Yeah, a little bit like a CSI. It's a little bit like that we do as a paranormal investigator. Compared to a ghost hunter, which he's not going to go bother on all those things.
Okay.
And I have a question.
Yes.
You were talking at the beginning about having specific technological machine.
Yeah.
Because you were saying, like we were talking before, and you say, throughout the machine, they talk with... So what are the machine, like the technology?
There's different types of machine. I should have brought some here with me to show you in studio, but there's different types of machines that we'll use. The basic machines are cameras, obviously. We want evidence if we can get them. So, video cameras, digital cameras to take pictures, but also voice recorders, EMF detectors.
What's an EMF detector?
EMF detector will calculate the electricity around, floating around. You're built with electricity. Ghosts are also built with electricity.
Okay, so you can feel the electricity.
That's what they say is an aura. I guess that's the
aura. Aura, yeah, the aura and stuff. So you know, sometimes you will touch somebody and you'll get a shock.
Yeah.
That's the electricity in your body.
Yeah.
So sometimes the electricity is like overreacting in your body. Same for the person you're gonna touch, it's gonna make a spark. That's the same thing. Those machines are calibrated to calculate those things. There's a K2, which is now it's hard to explain to people, but it's like a small black box with lights. One light is lit up, and you ask the spirits to come close to that box to make the lights go up. There's obviously ways and techniques to use them. Obviously, if you get a real electrical spike, it's gonna just stay stable. The lights are not gonna fluctuate on the machine, so the lights are gonna be stable. So you know, if the lights are stable, you're gonna say, okay, this is electricity. Where's the electricity coming from? Obviously, in a building like this, you can say, okay, it could come from the Wi-Fi, it could come from anywhere. But outside or in an abandoned building or in the middle of a cemetery, usually there's not electricity. So when your stuff goes up, you have to ask yourself, why is it acting like this?
Sure.
Always coming back to my thing, the mystification of stuff and things like that.
That's
So those are different types of equipment. Obviously, there's an array of equipment. If I take personally my my paranormal stuff, people are gonna say I'm crazy. I could say I have between $20,000 to $40,000 of equment to do paranormal investigations.
Probably that's why you're very good also, because you are able to use
it's not just the equipment. You can have all the equipment you want if you don't know how to use them, you don't know how to react to them, how to to utilize all that to make a one. It's not going to give you nothing. So you can spend money. A lot of people are doing that. New people are coming in and saying, oh, this is cool, I want one. Do you know how to use it properly first? Do your research, do your stuff. And that's what I say to a lot of people is, say okay to start doing paranormal investigation and stuff like that, but before going in the fields and going to private houses to try to help people,
be prepared.
Know what you're gonna do, know how to use your equipment, and go from there. The story. I've been in paranormal field for 25 years, and I still consider myself as a student of this art.
Okay.
Even if like I said, I traveled the world, the world, and and went to different places, historical places, and stuff like that. But like I said, I do know what I'm doing. I've been dealing with paranormal all my life since the beginning, since I was born. I was born, as you say, a blue baby. So
my goodness.
So I was dead.
No oxygen.
Oh.
I was dead. It took 17 minutes for me to take my first breath.
Wow.
My mother had me by C-section. So when the doctor was stitching my mother up, he obviously announced to my mother that I had passed away. They were doing stitches, and all of a sudden I decided to push my first scream, take my first breath. After that, at the age of 10, a lot of stuff had happened. I'm also autistic Asperger. So I got bullied lots. Obviously, this is not funny. If it happens to you people that are listening, if you have kids, please do see people. Try to get help. At the age of 10, I was tired to get bullied. I decided to hang myself. So I committed suicide. Obviously, I left this ring. I saw stuff that I still can't explain what I saw. Yeah, sorry. It's getting so after that, let's say I came back to life and started seeing people getting help and stuff like that. To the age of 12, where obviously I'm not lucky. I was coming back from my first work, crossing the street, and I got hit and left for dead.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so at the age of 12, I saw my first real spirit.
Okay.
I'll explain to you what happened. I was crossing the street. I heard a big, loud, like, roar engine, and I don't remember nothing except seeing a guy. This old gentleman was coming to me, and he was like, "It's okay, my son. Everything's okay, my son." And I was going like, "Okay, who are you? What do you want? You know, I don't know you." And he was going, "It's okay, my son." And there was like a big sensation of bright lights. I was seeing people coming. I couldn't see like we're seeing each other, but I could see the forms of the people and stuff like that. So when that happened, you know, obviously this gentleman was talking to me and, you know, trying to say like
All is good. Like,
all is good, and I was feeling in peace with myself. I was feeling like, hey man, it's like a vacation on the beach, you know. It was warm, it was welcoming. And all of a sudden the same gentleman said, okay, again, he was going like this, time to go see your mom. All of a sudden I woke up, I was in blood everywhere around me. I had blood. I was lying like this on a fence in the middle of the streets, and I got up, started walking. I walked almost a mile.
But people?
No, me.
No, but the
nobody
people
helped
around?
you. Yeah. No.
There was no one around me when that happened. Apparently, I don't know what. When I woke up, there was nobody around me except parked cars and stuff. So I got up. I walked almost a mile to go to my house. I rang the doorbell, and as soon as my mother opened the door and saw me, I lost consciousness and fell. Ambulance came to get me, and the doctors do not know how I freaking walked a mile because I had 2 broken legs, 2 broken arms.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Apparently, when you're hype or on
There's
Adrenaline.
you won't feel this stuff. So that's probably how I got there. So when I got there, obviously left an ambulance. When I got to the hospital, police was there asking
Was a hit and run?
Asking questions, what happened, and I tried to explain something. And I was talking about this guy. I was describing this guy, and I could see my mother was standing like there on the side of the bed, 2 policemen there. I'm answering the question. I could see my mom on the side of the eye. She was coming white and looking at me like, what? Hold on, what? I could see she was bothered with this stuff. So the policeman thought that the gentleman that was saying, okay, was the guy that hit me.
Yeah.
Which is not the case. Once I got released from the hospital, a couple of weeks, get to home, I'm relaxing in the living room, and I could see my mother pacing around me and like to, you know, when you see somebody that wants to ask you questions, but you know doesn't have the, you know, the balls. I will say the balls, but it's not that. But you know, doesn't want to bother you.
Kind of afraid of asking.
Yeah. So I see her going to answer, and all of a sudden she goes, "Listen, I need to talk to you." Oh, okay, go talk, ask questions. She starts asking me questions against with the gentleman. I start explaining to my mother what I saw, what I remember of that gentleman, how I saw his appearance and stuff, and I see her leave, not saying nothing. She just leaves. She comes back in the room I'm with a big photo album, and I could see her going through the pages like this. Then she stops and goes, "Listen, I'm gonna show you a picture. Tell me if you seen this man." She turns the picture. The picture she showed me was exactly the same guy that was tapping on my shoulder, telling me everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine, my son. He was my late grandfather.
Oh my goodness.
He died 6 hours before I was born.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I never met this gentleman in my entire life. since that happened, a lot of mediums, a lot of psychics have told me that he's my guardian angel. He's around. That's why I was saying before, you might see him on camera, because he does appear. When I do lives and stuff, he does appear sometimes in the back. People will tell me, hey, somebody's in the back of you. I just saw an old man, etc. So yeah. So that's at the age of 12. So.
But welcome.
Bienvenue.
So obviously, you're asking yourself questions, and you're why is this happening? Why do I see things? And obviously, since I was young, I forgot to tell it before getting to 12, but starting at the age of 2 to about the age of 7, I would see a black shadow at the end of my bed every single night. Didn't know why, and obviously mediums, like I said, were telling me that was my grandfather watching on me since I was born. So never knew who it was, but at the age of 6, after that, I was starting to hear spirits, see them, feel them. So so
you develop a special connection.
Yeah.
I believe not everyone has this connection, right?
Yeah, some people. I heard that some people have their channels that are closed, and some are open.
Some people will send stuff, but they will push it aside because they're afraid of what they're feeling or what they're seeing. And stuff, and some others are open, and they will say, oh, I just saw a gentleman there, oh, I saw this, I saw that, and stuff like that. People are gonna freak out with what I'm gonna say, but it's said in your life, in your whole life, you're gonna see at least 2 ghosts in your whole life, like full body. You can be walking on the street, you're gonna talk to somebody, that person's gonna talk to you, and then leave. You're gonna turn around to say, hey, person's gone. It's supposed to happen at least minimum 2 times in your life.
Boy, I think you and I are a little bit outside that box.
Remember when I Sting, remember?
Oh, yes.
When we saw the shadow behind the casket.
Yeah, it was my father-in-law who passed away not too long ago, and my daughter and I looked in one corner and we saw him behind the casket, both of us at the same time.
A lot of times, to answer your question, well, not your question, but to continue with what you were saying, a lot of times people that will pass away will say a little bit why they want to be sure that everybody's okay, that the family's okay. Obviously, people that are really in pain could also be like a lock for those people to move on. Some people, I'll give you an example. Let's say you're married, your wife passes away or your husband passes away. Obviously, you're going to be real hurt. And it's going to take a little bit of time to move on and pass on. Some people sometimes will have that problem to do that transition. So spirits are going to linger around, and obviously when when they're freshly dead, obviously they're going to stick around to see what's happening with their body, how people are reacting to that, and obviously trying to help cope with the pain and stuff like that.
So when, let's say, for example, how would a person approach you if they wanted you to conduct an investigation? Do they say, well, I live at this house and weird things are happening? Okay, now I'm Hollywoodizing it. But I mean, is it because it is a sense, something that you feel? Is it something that happens? How would somebody, let's say, approach you? And what is the scariest experience you've ever had on an investigation? Yeah.
Okay.
I want to know
the way
although what you said is scary enough.
the way we tend to help those people out is obviously they can reach us on our emails, Facebook page, social media, and say, listen, I have a problem at home, or I have a problem in my office, have a problem in my museum, etc., etc. Because we do museums, we do historical places and stuff like that. So they will tell me, listen, I have a problem. I will sit down with them and ask them, okay, can you explain me a little bit what's happening, what's going on? Obviously, the person, I'm not gonna ask the whole story because sometimes it could be like really long. So just a short story, what's happening. So with what they're telling me, I will sit down and say, okay, this is worthy of really helping them right now, or pushing a little bit more research to try to find answers. Obviously, there's a questionnaire that they have to fill up. It's about 7 pages long. Okay. Reason why we're doing that, at the beginning, everybody that would call me, I was a young lad, wanted to help out people, and people were calling me in the middle of the night. I would leave my house at 3 o'clock in the morning to go investigate your house to see to be you. But some things happen sometimes that those people do not really need the paranormal investigation, but more psychology or stuff. So that's to help us out, basically. When I say 6-7 pages, it's obviously your name, your address, what's happening in the house, but we also go a little bit in the background of the people. Do you take medication? Do you take drugs? Do you drink?
Sure. Yeah, of course.
Thing.
Hallucinations.
And a lot of people at the beginning, when we asked those questions at the beginning, they were insulted. Oh, you think I'm a druggie? No, it's not that, sir or ma'am. It's not that. Is sometimes you're gonna take different medication. Sometimes it could give you second things that are not supposed to be in your body. Obviously, if you need help out of the paranormal room, we're going to help you too. We have people that we can refer to you. In my team, they're not actually in my team. Well, actually, I have one person that works in the pharmacy. So any medication you take, I will send her the thing and tell me what's the second effects on that. Could it cause hallucinations? Could it bring people into, and she will bring me out a pedigree on that and saying, ooh, okay, this person is taking this, she could have psychosis and stuff like that, or no, she's good. Okay, so we're gonna push a little bit further, but different things, what happened, who was there, etc., etc. So when I say 6-7 pages, it's not like one line. It's like there's different.
Paragraphs.
Yeah, there's different things that are you taking drugs, and is it what kind of drugs? So you say, okay, example, I do take marijuana, or I do take beer, or I do take whatever it is. So with that, I'm not judging you and say, okay, you're a junkie, I'm not going to your house. It just
get context,
to figure out how I'm gonna do the best, the best of my ability to be able to help you. Okay, because my goal is not just to find out ghosts and be, that's the guy that finds out. No, I want to help out people. Obviously, people are not all the people are like me that are gonna run in a building trying to find ghosts. Some people are really afraid. I had grown people call me in the middle of the night crying because they were having paranormal investigation and they were scared. So that's what I want to do. I want to help out those people. I want to also bring conscience to people. And I was talking just before we started the podcast, I'm trying to do different types of things. I'm working on web series from coast to coast to Canada in each region, provinces, to try and bring knowledge to people that it does exist. It's not a fiction. It's not what you see at Hollywood. It's not what you see on paranormal shows. It does exist. People are trying to come back from the dead to talk with us. So
that's sorry.
No. What was the scariest, I guess, encounter you've had?
Okay, you're gonna call me stupid. I'm not afraid of nothing.
Maybe shocking,
shocking. I would say, like I explained a little bit before, seeing my own mother in person, hearing call me. I was in an investigation in Quebec City. I was doing an investigation with another team, and my name got called out on a machine, which we call a ghost box. My name was called out, and I was going, seems familiar, Didn't say nothing. Nighttime when I got home, I put everything in my computer and said, okay, tomorrow I'll work on that and stuff. So when I got to that specific part, I was listening and I was going, hold on, that's my mother. But you know, when it's yourself and it's somebody that's real close, you're gonna say, maybe I'm biased, you know. So I'll back up. So I took my oldest daughter, which she knows my mother by heart, you know. So I said, come here. I didn't tell her this is your grandma or something. I go, listen to this EVP and tell me what do you hear. So she puts on the headphones and start listening to the and it took 3 seconds when I pressed play. She took the headphones, started crying, threw me the headphones and said, never do that again. That was my grandmother. You're not cool. And she left out her room. She was crying like a baby. The other part, like I said, is my mother appearing to me as a hologram right next to me. And I was surprised. I was not shocked or scared. I was just surprised and turn around and say, hey, Mom! Like, you know, like, I'm surprised, and she vanished.
Wow.
So that's surprising. Another thing, like I said, I'm not afraid of stuff. I got scratched from the belly button to the back of the back of my back with 3 scratches. Obviously, some people will say that's devilish. When you get the 3 marks, they call it the mark of the Trinity, which the devil will do sometimes. I have a theory that it's not really that, but yeah, it wasn't not good what happened because I was with a medium that time. I'm lucky, even if I can take care of myself with spirits and stuff. I was with a medium, and we both saw the guy that scratched me across a pond laughing at us, and he disappeared. We both turned around like watching each other and said, you saw what I just saw, and we said exactly the same. No difference between what we saw. So yeah. Obviously, another experience I had is that's a little bit more frightening. I will be honest with you. I almost left the paranormal field with that event. What happened is I was talking to you about Le Vieux Palais de l'Assomption. Yes. They have a place where students can rent a small apartment and stay in that place. There's a room in that place. It's called room number 7, which is very, very, very active in that place. A lot of bad paranormal happens. You get pinch, scratch, and stuff like that. And we were testing. I don't know if you saw those on Ghost. It shows the Kinect system. Or the SLS system with a small. Okay, so we're testing that for the first time here in Quebec. No other group in Quebec had tested that here. So we're starting to test that in that room. So obviously, when we tested it, it was on a computer, not like the other ones with a stick like that walking. So I'm sitting on a sofa like this. Table is here. Kinect system is there. I have 2 investigators. One is a good buddy of mine. He's not in my team, but he's the one that was helping me with the Kinect system we were trying to test also. So he's there. I have a person that came from Quebec City, drove 4 hours to come and investigate with us. She's part of the team, so she's on the other side of there's a bed between both two. So we're starting our session, starting asking questions, and all of a sudden, a little stick figure appears on the bed, in the middle of the bed, between the 2 investigators there. So I'm going, okay, we have something on the bed. So we're asking questions. All of a sudden, you see that spirit walk on that side, go to the lady that was on the left side of the bed, and you can clearly see the spirit go and bang on the head of the lady. So we asked questions to the lady, are you okay? Yeah, we're telling you he's banging on your head. She goes, no, I don't feel nothing. I'm okay. Yeah. What she's not telling us is the truth. She's not telling us she's feeling like dizziness and stuff like that. So we get down from that room, chit chat at the bottom of the place. Everybody's saying, okay, we're leaving. And the lady says, okay, I'm leaving for Quebec. So she takes her coat. I go, you're going to drive 4 hours. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. You're going to drive 4 hours to go back to Quebec. I go, why don't you stay here? She goes, no, I have stuff to do tomorrow morning. I go, man, I don't like it. So she goes, no, kiss. She comes to me, and she's in front of me, and the other guy that was in the room is like here. She's here. I'm here. All of a sudden, she's putting her jacket, and she goes, okay, I'm going to give you my... Started screaming and lost conscience. At the beginning, I go, what the hell? So the guy behind me grabs her by her arm. I grab her by her arm, but she's like a rag doll. She has no signs, nothing. She's white as a... We put her on the floor. I started CPR on her and stuff. She had no pulse. She was flat dead. So I'm freaking out. This is somebody that I know for a long time. She's been part of my team, and she's flatliner like that on the floor now. So I'm trying to do CPR. Obviously, I get people to call 911. Police gets there. Police takes relay. I'm freaking out. Ambulance get there. So when the ambulance gets there, police kind of starts asking me questions like I was a criminal. Why are you doing this? Why stuff like that? And anyway, so that lady had what we think after checking out everything, the evidence and thing, we think that the entity that appeared on the beds caused the problem to the lady to lose con. She went to the hospital. She was clinically dead when
She's okay now?
Yeah,
no, because at the end of this, I wanted to.
She's alive, but that's the scariest thing is losing a good person that I knew for paranormal evidence. So when I do say that at the beginning, I was saying do your diligence, do your homework, know what you're doing. This is part of what I'm saying.
So there are bad spirits.
There are bad spirits, but not like you see. Obviously on YouTube and stuff, you're gonna see a lot of people say, I faced a demon, it was a demon here, demon there, demon here, demon there. It's not the case. I've been doing that for the past 25 years. I could say on one hand, I could count on 25 years the number of times I had to deal with something really nasty. And when I say nasty, I do mean nasty. Like
things flying or
no,
not flying.
Not things flying, but people getting punched, people getting pushed. I got pushed personally. Okay, you're gonna say, yeah, it's me, but it wasn't me. Okay, the reason why I got pushed and I lost conscious. I was walking. My house is haunted.
Clearly.
No, I heard they attached to you, right? The ghosts attached to you.
Not from ghost attachment. My house is freaking haunted. Okay, back in 63, 29 of November, so the anniversary is coming. 25 of November 1963, a DCA crashed in St. Therese de Blainville.
Okay.
Killed 119 people. My house is built on top of that.
Nice.
So when we bought that house, I didn't know about that thing. It was somebody that came on my somebody that came on my grounds taking pictures. I do have small kids, so I was freaking out and saying, hey, politely, get out of my land, and he was bugging me saying, I'm looking for the plane crash. I go, hey, buzz up, there's nobody here, there's no plane crash. Obviously, it was making a ruckus. My neighbor came out and he was going like, hey, Dom, what's going on? I go, this cuckoo is looking for a plane crash and stuff like that. And I could see my neighbor, he's starting to chuckle and laugh. I go, what's your problem? He goes, there is a plane. I go, do you think I'm stupid? I would have, no, he goes, then he goes, go on the internet, you'll see. But there was a plane crash back in the days and stuff like that. So I started doing research on that, and effectively there's a plane crash there.
Wow. Oh my God. So how would, let's say, a ghost or anything paranormal, why would they choose the region of Montreal, let's say? Because I remember you had said that in the many things have happened here. We have Old Montreal, we have L'Assomption, we have Saint Antoine, which is also on the Haunted Montreal site. Mm-hmm. Why would these places attract? What makes this region a hotspot?
Well, different reasons why spirits are going to be attached. And we're saying there's a lot of spirits here in Montreal, but there's also, you can take around Quebec, Canada, Ontario, and stuff. It's the history of the places, what we went through. Obviously, any places, you can take France, you can take England, you can take Scotland and stuff like that. They had wars, they had issues, a lot of diseases, and created impacts. And take example here in Montreal. Well, Montreal has been in war for a lot of times. The Indians against the French against the English against the Indians. Then it was French and the Indians, English fighting against each other. After that, a lot of things. Then the Patriots came. They got hanged in Montreal, not far from Le Pont Jacques-Cartier, at la prison au Pied du Courant, and stuff like that. So a lot of history will leave marks on a certain place. I'll give you an example. You can be in the car going home. You'll pass away. Impact, car crash, you die on the spot. You can leave a mark there. Sometimes they'll fix up the streets and reopen like that big bubble that was done with that impact of energy, and you're gonna let it out. That's what we call is a recurring energy. So it's like playing play.
And it just keeps a recurring haunting.
Yeah, it's gonna keep on. So you're gonna have the same. Let's say it's the auto crash. You're gonna hear the same bang. Screams, if there was screams in that recording. It's like a recording in time. A lot of things. Don't forget wars, a lot of powder, a lot of gunshots will create some energy. A lot of bloodshed shattered. Also, a lot of diseases. A lot of people died, from different reasons. Some were willing to die, some not, diseases and stuff like that. So that will leave a lot of impact. A lot of dead in Montreal occurred with all the diseases, like Saint Antoine. Just take the cholera case. 5 cases in Montreal from 1832 to 1840, clear that wiped up 19% of the population of Montreal. That's just one disease, and we got chickenpox, name them, TB, all sorts. So every different, agenda that created some patches here and there. Some people will stay because they're attached to something. Sometimes it could be a small earring that they're attached to that grandma left to you, but grandma's gonna stay there because she's in love with those earrings. Even if they're gave to you. You can go to old thrift stores, you can buy an old antique thing and somebody's attached to that.
Sure.
It's not always the case. It's not always the case, but it will. It could happen sometimes. Painting something. You can take example the painting in the back over there. You can say, oh, it was cool, it was nice, and stuff. It belonged to Giovanni or Eric. The guy passed away, but that was his favorite painting. He could be stick to that painting. You can move it around. He's gonna follow you. You're gonna
feel him, basically.
Feel stuff and stuff like that. It's not always like a lot of people tend to think that it's like Hollywood or a horror flick. It's not always like that. It's you have to take some and let them go. Obviously, Hollywood is done for entertainment. They want you to stick there. TV shows, same thing. TV shows, I'm not saying they're not great, because I do watch a lot of TV paranormal things, because I do like to see how other people investigate, how other people tend to work in the business and stuff. I will take some of the stuff they take and try to convert it to what works for me. Same thing, a lot of people will follow what I do to do the same thing, to mimic a little bit of what I'm doing, to bring it for their content, to try to help them. So different things like that. So TV shows will, the flagrant example, I'll tell you this, and so that you'll listen to one tonight or tomorrow on TV show, and you're gonna say, hey, he was right, he did that. So I'll give you an example. The guys are walking in a hallway. All of a sudden you hear the guy go, hey, did you see that shadow over there? You see the camera slowly panning, and you're going to the commercial.
Yeah.
You'll come back, they'll show you exactly, but we didn't catch it on camera.
Okay.
We signed, I was part of the group here in Quebec. We signed a contract with the TV. We turned 13 hours for a pilot. And We presented to the producer, and the producer went, that's good, that's cool, but where's the ghost? I go, listen, you can't order that like you go to a fast food restaurant and say, hey, I'll take
Give
2
me a
ghosts, I'll take one, you know, it's not how it works. So he was going, but can't you put some fakes? Never. I will not fake just for you. This is something I cannot do, even if the money was great, and we're talking about good money, okay? I go, even if the money's great, I will not cheat on that. I will not put some more. So when you see big TV shows that are on that for 17, 20 years, there's a little bit of fake. What they present at the end, the evidence, the EVPs they get, those are real. You don't mistake it, those are real. But they will put some sweaters getting pulled or stuff like that. They will add some stuff.
That's Hollywood.
And obviously, if you look at YouTube, a lot of people are there for the entertainment. They're not there for the real paranormal. So you'll see the difference between somebody that's real popular doing paranormal and somebody that's not popular but doing real paranormal. There's a difference there.
Holy Toledo. So I guess maybe now what we can do is our game. Before we continue, we have a game.
Okay.
It's called Where's the Ghost? No, I'm kidding.
Now we're all going around finding a ghost.
We're all going to pretend to be investigators and close
Actually, the studio here is pretty calm, so there's no ghosts here. So
Perfect. We're all safe. That's good.
Thank you.
So we
Appreciating. Thanks.
That's it. As long as nobody follows me going home. It's called rapid response.
I wasn't understanding what you were doing. It's like
I wasn't sure. He was pretending to be.
I was a ghost.
ooh,
he was the ghost.
a bit visible, but yeah.
Wait, let me just make sure.
So basically, this is rapid response. So you have like 5 seconds to answer the question.
Cool.
Yeah. So whatever comes
Random
to
questions.
mind. Yeah, a round of questions. So
Cool.
whatever comes to mind,
Okay.
hit it.
Name three pizza toppings.
That's for Francesca and I.
Yeah, it's for you.
3 pizza
Okay.
toppings.
I thought it was for me.
No, you have different questions.
I could answer too.
3 pizza toppings. Well, we just had it tonight. Sausage, peppers, and mushroom.
First one that comes to mind, sausage.
Sausage!
Algo, prosciutto, bresaola e rughetta. Bresaola.
Oh, nice. That's good.
No,
No,
bresaola. Bresaola.
It's like it's almost like a prosciutto.
No, it's like an affettato,
Yeah.
but it's a lean meat. It's really, you never
it's
had
very good.
bresaola.
It's
No,
like
I need
it's
some.
like slim shaved meats.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
No,
but it's another type.
it's
different.
she's saying no, but it's similar. It's a bit similar to prosciutto, but it's not really not the same thing.
It's totally different. But yeah.
Yeah, the taste and
It's,
everything has
You
nothing.
usually have it with scaglie di parmigiano e rughetta. It's very classical in Italy in summer. You have bresaola, rucola, e parmigiana. But my friend Sergio, he didn't know. Like lots of people don't know here bresaola, which is crazy. In Italy, everyone knows.
Yeah. Wow.
So I'll bring bresaola next time.
Nice.
Okay, now we're
It's
talking.
good. It is
Okay.
It's very lindo. It's very for like when you are on diet, you have bresaola. So
Well, how do I keep this form here?
exactly.
It's hard work, you know. Okay, next one is for you.
Dominic.
Okay.
Name 3 things that fit under your bed.
Fit underneath my belt, nothing.
Nothing.
I did. My bed has a block. Underneath, so nothing goes underneath.
Did you do
except
that just to make sure there wasn't anything?
no. I bought it. I bought it like that. So the base of my bed, nothing goes underneath. It's like a base, then the mattress, big like
Box.
foamy mattress.
And
yeah.
under your mattress, if you
Sorry to bust you, but I could play your game. So underneath the bed,
what would you put?
slippers, suitcase, and
Money?
cats.
Money under the bed.
Nah,
Materasso, no?
yeah. My grandma used to do that.
Yeah, but that's
Grandma
That's
used
a
to
classic.
put in the mattresses and socks and
the best bank ever. You know, no interest, nothing.
The next one's for you, Francesca.
Yeah.
Name 3 things you spread on toast.
Cioè le spalme sul toast.
Yeah.
Okay. Butter. Then I put che ci metto? Formaggio spalmabile, like cheese.
Let's do a little
cheese spread. Cheese
and
spread.
Marmalade.
All mixed together is not good.
But butter and marmalade together is very good.
Very good.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
With the croissant.
Yes.
In the croissant. You open the croissant, then you put butter and marmalade, and you close the croissant.
What type of marmalade though?
I love when I do with the croissant, the framboise. It's great.
She goes from Italian to French.
Yeah. And the other one is like bitter orange. It's like the British one.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
That could be good, no?
No, it is good.
You surprised me knowing Brisaola. You have all my respect. You already have.
I told
but
you.
now,
I was waiting for that.
I told you I'm half Italian.
top of everything.
I'm half Italian, half Canadian. So yes, I do.
Max respect. Really.
I try.
This guy.
I try.
Oh my God, it's funny. The ghost told you to say that, didn't he?
No, at all.
Have a suggestion on the
And the Italian one.
Italian
Lisa, your
ghost
turn.
here.
Nutella, peanut butter, and molasses.
And what?
Molasses or honey.
Molasses is good
La
too.
melassa, qual è? What's molasses?
Molasses.
It's like a big black syrup.
Yeah.
It's really sugary and tasty, but it's like thick. It's not like it's a little bit like honey, but a little bit thicker than honey.
I think
but
I never had.
Yeah, it's very good. I like it. I love it.
Let's make a cultural exchange. You give me melassa, I give you brisaola.
Name 3 reasons to use a mirror.
Wash your face, comb your hair, and cut hair.
And see who's behind your
See
back.
who's behind you.
Yeah,
That's
so
it.
Classical image
Scary
of a
movie.
horror movie. The person that washes their face and then
They
boom.
get up and they're like, ah!
And still, every time that I see this scene in any movie, even though I know
Yeah.
that
He
after
gets
you are,
scared.
it's like the door of the fridge, you know, like you know. But every time it happened, I'm super like it's so obvious, and then like
Or they write on the mirror.
She would not stay in my office for 2 seconds.
no.
Things move around.
No,
Let's say
I
bottle
don't think-
caps. That's why I do not take bottle caps with me, because the bottle caps will be on my office and you can find them on the floor 2 seconds after. People do. I'm sitting in front of the computer like this, talking with the people, and they go, "Okay, ghost again." I go, "Yeah, sorry," but yeah. No.
yeah, no, okay.
She's going, "No,
Let's
no."
stick with the bresaola.
She goes, "I'm not going to see your office." No.
No way. Okay.
Name 3 things that live in the dirt.
Worms, dog poo. Yeah, will you cover it?
Live or be in the pool? Like the
Oh,
dog-
and your
the dog
garden.
poo?
Your garden, the food.
No, like things that live in the dirt.
Oh, live. I wrote the questions. I can't even get it
Yeah,
right.
everybody trying to give
Okay,
an
so it said
explanation
worms,
to the question she
gophers.
wrote. Let me think what I meant.
Worms, gophers,
Let's go first.
and moles. Yeah, I don't know.
Translated.
That's all that lives in the earth.
Gopher
Or ants.
is those prairie dogs. Those whistles.
Okay, Karina.
You know when they come up and then you see it's spring?
Yeah,
Yeah, they
but
have to come up out of the
Where I
hole?
come from, no, we have the the ratti grossi like that.
Yeah, gophers.
I don't think it's the same.
Or marmots.
Le marmotte.
Yeah, marmots are groundhogs.
gophers-
Groundhogs, not gophers. Groundhogs.
Gophers are similar to groundhogs. Also, It's just like say black bear or a brown bear. They're in the same family. So
Okay.
yeah.
Ants that live in the dirt. Okay, the roots of the trees.
Nice.
Yeah.
And a third one, the corpse.
Okay, you're reading in my mind. I was going to say I'm gonna answer for her as saying dead people, but
They live in the ground?
Well, they kind of live because they're
Well, they're
animated
buried.
somehow, no?
last they say it's the last place of rest of the dead, so it's underneath the earth. So when
But now it's sad because once back you could be buried in the free ground.
Yeah.
But now you cannot anymore. At least in Italy there's a law, but I believe even here
But,
for health reason.
yeah, back in the country is because they're missing space. There's too much depth, so there's missing some space around that. So, and we're having that problem here in Montreal too. So,
Yeah, that's why they're busy building them.
In Rome too, like it's crazy, yeah. The cemetery are overcrowded. Like I have a waiting list for the tomb.
Yeah.
Which it's so funny because how is gonna free it? Like how like
It's after
yeah,
every-
like what's going on? But I think there's a fee, so if you don't pay these taxes, that they took the tomb and they throw it, so new spaces is created.
they actually do that here.
It's
Before
crazy, huh?
before it was 100 years. You would pay when you bought your resting place. It was 100 years. Now they brought it down to 50 years. After 50 years, if you do not repay for another 50 years, they'll simply
exhume you.
stack.
Yeah.
They'll take out whatever's there if there's a coffin. But if it's only bones, they're gonna put another coffin on top of you.
That's like Poltergeist 6. The Return.
That's sad though. Anyways,
I don't like that.
We got one more here.
Name 3 things you use ice for.
Hockey, fishing, and for let's say you hurt yourself,
I was
Ice
thinking
pack.
the
ice
same
packs
thing.
or stuff like that.
You're a pro in this game.
It's irrational though, huh?
But this is funny because we do that game a lot in the paranormal world. We try to not just bring ghosts, but we try to entertain people. So we do that like.
First thing.
I do that like maybe 3 or 4 times a week. This game, so that's why I was going.
Oh my
Let's go.
God,
I'm ready. I'm ready.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but you were, besides you were very prepared, but also very rational. Like everything you said was really like
Practical.
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 Well, I try.
You don't need. You have no idea some of the guests what they say here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Even
also you have
even
no idea
us.
what we've been saying,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
not just the guest.
Yeah. So I think that concludes our show. We're already done.
That's crazy. I
No
could
problem.
talk for
I told
centuries.
you I could go on for ever. If you want me back, it would be a pleasure for me.
That would be awesome.
And like I said, probably maybe bring some equipment or even
I come with
bring you some EVPs or some stuff that we captured here.
Maybe
in
we
Montreal.
could do like we can ask questions like, is there anybody here?
Yeah, and then I'll bring the sage just to
Like,
you never know.
Okay, let's just cleanse.
Okay.
No, don't
I
cleanse.
say we
the
bring
whole
that. I
purpose.
say we bring that food. That
Sage will help you, but not cure everything. A lot of people
There
think
you go, Francesca.
a lot of people will think that sage, if you just sage the house, yes, it's gonna clean up, it's gonna help, but not always.
Okay.
Sometimes the spirits are a little bit stronger, so it's gonna take you more than sage to clean up.
You have to ask them to leave, but you have to do it nicely or else they haunt you.
it's like the Hertel. The Hertel works, but when you need the hard stuff, you go with Javel.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, but, or a mix of both. We did the Ertel and Javax did mix it together. But
But I'd like
then
to
you
think
really see
that
ghosts after the
the
view.
spirits that maybe encounter are very kind and polite, so the sage would be enough.
I would say
Rita, could you
the
please
way
leave?
the way I explain that to people is when you do meet a ghost or you're trying to contact a ghost is like you're trying to meet somebody new that you never knew before. So you're gonna present yourself saying, "Hey, example. I'll give you an example quick. Hi, my name is Dominic. I'm here not to harm you. I'm here to hear your story. I'm here to help you if you do have a message to pass on. And then that's where you try to make contact. Is there somebody here? If you could give me your name, could
It's a nice way.
Yeah.
So when you start getting contacts on the machines and stuff, then that's when you can start asking questions of, are you a girl, woman, boy, et cetera, and you can go on with that with, every single answer they'll answer you. You can come back with a meta question, trying to make contact with those people and saying, okay, you see, I'm not there to harm you. And you can explain every single machine. Obviously, if you use the terms we use, like I said, a K2 or EMF meter, and you say, hey, come and touch my EMF meter, they're gonna go.
I have no idea.
What are you talking about? Okay, especially if you go somewhere like in Italy, old place. We're talking about 400 BC and plus. So people in 400 BC do not know what a K2 or EMF meter is. Obviously, so you can say, listen, come to my black box here. There's lights on it. If you touch them or you come close, it's not going to hurt you, but it's going to explain to me that you're there and we can try and talk. Mm-hmm. I can try to help you. So more you're nice with people, more you're going to get results. More you're rushy and, hey, come here and I want you here and provoking. That's when...
But it's normal.
That's when the nasty happens.
That's when bad stuff will happen. The bad juju that we call, that's when you're going to get scratched, pushed, and sometimes the spirit's going to stick to you and you're going to bring it back home. And he's going to make your life a nightmare.
Can we get rid of it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sage.
No, maybe Sage, I don't think in that.
No, the vacuum. You just take your vacuum.
Obviously, if you have a spirit on you, you're going to use a little bit more than sage. You're going to use salts. You're going to use different types of prayers and stuff like that. But yeah. There's
but
ways.
There are ways to in case.
Okay. She's like, I'm going home tonight. Olivia!
No, but he said there are no spirits here.
She's gonna call me, Dom. What did you do?
You said that exactly what you would say. What did you do?
Yeah, but he said that there are no spirits here.
No, we're good.
No,
we're
it's
good.
pretty calm here in the studio, so you're good. Yeah.
But anyways, if there are, I feel you're very polite and kind, so not to scare me. Yeah, right? Thanks. Appreciate it. Max respect.
Have a piece of pizza. So, guys, that concludes our podcast, video cast, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I believe the spirits have told us behind the camera that it is time to say goodbye. So, guys, thanks again for tuning in. I hope you guys weren't all creeped out. But if you really want to get creeped out or you're interested in knowing more, hauntedmontreal.com. Where can they find you, Dominic?
As you said, Haunted Montreal, that's for the ghost walks, paranormal investigations. They all can go on Facebook on 13 Spirits with an S Paranormal. They'll find this lovely logo and just go on the page. And we have different types of stuff we offer to people. We do offer private sessions in homes. If you want to try to talk with your dead relatives, we can try to do stuff like that. We do also private investigations in homes. We do not charge 1 penny, except some little
special
little things like the private sessions. We do ask for a little bit of gas, but or else, let's say, I'll give you an example. Let's say you're in the Maritimes, you really do need help. I will go to the Maritimes. I will not charge you for that. Obviously, we're not stupid. If there's a tip or a sponsor or somebody that wants to sponsor us or stuff like that, obviously we'll do it. What I do, I try to sponsor myself by like I said, I have a small company. It's called Media 13. I do logos, intros, outros, editing, not just for paranormal, but anything. Let's say you have a wedding, you want something special done, I could do that for you, no problem. And that's all the money, all the funds, I put it back in my company and trying to help out people.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
So we're, like I said, we're on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and stuff like that. So there's a lot of places, just 13 Spirits, all at the same place. So if you punch in that, you'll find us. You can also find me on Global Ghost Hunts, which is something maybe next time I could explain you what's the project of Global Ghost Hunt. It's to help a lot of people around the world to get known, to be out there in the public. We do have two events during the year. In October and May, where we for 10 days straight we broadcast everybody for an hour and a half. So let's say you have a team, you're in Africa, we give you a spot on that spot for an hour and a half. You present your team, you do an investigation live on the spot. So we get different places around. We try to help people. We do provide intros, logos, and stuff for those teams also.
Awesome, that's fantastic. So thanks so much, and guys, tune into Let's Talk It Out and our brother podcast. I was gonna say station. Sessions with Steph. So that's musicians, and he's doing the moonwalk or some kind of tap dance move in the background. So Michael Jackson must be helping him out. And thank you, Danny, the merch guy. Woo! Merch.
Thanks
this
so
is
much.
Awesome. I love merch. It gets me excited. So thanks so much, Danny Rossi. We are out of here. We love you guys. Take care. Ciao.
Ciao.